How's it going, everybody? I had to come in and give you a quick video because I'm very excited about some of the progress that we've had so far this week. Finished trim has been in for 3 full days, and they have started to work. We've got returns on our windows here. They look fantastic. We're honoring the original in that we're taking this return. It's an extra deep return on this edge because of the brick, and we're gonna face mount the trim, and we're gonna flush it up instead of setting it back like you typically do an 1/8 of an inch or so. We're gonna flush it, sand it smooth, and it's got that bead detail on the inside and a band molding on the outside. It'll look great. But this is just the return to get you from the window frame back to the surface of the plaster here. And the window sill, and we took the cue. This is kind of a hybrid. This is something a little bit more modern. We played with a couple of different ideas for sill kind of nosings here. And this is what we came up with. Originally it was a bull nose. The guys were adamant that that's really weird and they don't basically ever do that. What they typically do is a really small radius, smaller than this, and then a 5-degree angle. And that's very typical. And so what we ended up with was the bull nose on top in a 5-degree angle to kind of clean it up. Now there's going to be an apron underneath as well that'll come from basically here to here, just shy of the run of the width of the trim here. And it's that same trim board without the band molding, flipped upside down, so the bead is going to be on the bottom. And that was original. That's how we're all, again, we're trying to do it as accurately as we can to, when we took everything apart, kind of inventoried and took note of what looked original and what might have gotten changed. And so the best of our ability, we're putting it back to the way it might have been originally. So we need a door in here. This is a weird size. We're playing with some ideas still there. And I think we're gonna take 2 of the original doors and make them kind of side-by-side doors to hang here for the laundry room. But the kitchen got done today. And again, this is gonna be great. We got a continuous sill all the way down to make this feel like a built-in unit. And again, with the trim here, it's gonna be trim board, and then wall section is gonna be pretty narrow, about the same width as the trim board. So we're just gonna paint it out, all the trim color to make it kind of feel like one continuous piece. And then up here, do a trim that, shout out to my dad, we did a Natick when we had the double sliders with this centerpiece came into it and like mitered into it and trimmed the whole thing across, and it turned out fantastic. So we're gonna try the same thing. Unfortunately, we're probably not gonna pull it all the way across like we did there, but we'll have a little gap. But I think it'll look like a paneled door or something. And we're in the kitchen, so I think it'll play pretty nice. So that's what we're doing there. And then we get to some really exciting stuff. So again, all the returns are done around these big windows in the family room. Sorry about the lighting, but it's late by the time I got out here today. We were doing some family stuff today. The sill in place. And in just a couple of days, we're supposed to have all of this trim and the band molding, and then all this stuff downstairs is really gonna look exceptional. These guys are even gonna hang the original window back in here for me. And they think they can get the original exterior door, which you see here, which doesn't that look awesome? That's gonna go back right there. They're gonna hang that for us too. So, opening here, we had envisioned French doors. We're not French door people. We're not gonna close this up. So we shifted gears and saved a few bucks, and we're just gonna trim it out, just like the other side. It'll mirror it really nicely. You can see behind there the mantle, and we brought in some of the original wainscoting that needs to be applied as well. So in here, all of these pieces are good and in place. What are these, I wonder? Oh, these are from the fireplace. These are the returns on the fireplace as they come off. I think they were trying to put this on today. Maybe they're ready to go tomorrow. Anyway, so no nose on the sill here, because after this goes on, it's gonna come up just below this sill material, and then there's an extra nose gonna come out and hang over. And that's gonna go like a chair rail all around the room, all the way around. So we're pretty excited for that. We got pieces of the baseboard. This length of wall got longer on us because we moved the location of this door. So we're gonna have to make a cut here somewhere along this wall and in the living room as well. But everywhere else it should be original stuff. So we're pretty psyched about that. That all looks good. And oh yeah, we got a door. We got doors hung in the house. Doors, real life doors. This is the original door that came out of this room in that exact location. And man, those reveals are straight and tight and good looking. And I am particular, as anyone who's been following the channel knows. And these guys have just knocked it out of the park. Now, I'm gonna take a little bit of credit because I've been working on these doors for a long time. Get them square. I mortised in all of these hinges, got them all set, but they hung them like pros and they turned out great. This is a temporary stop. We're gonna do a much thinner door stop all the way around. But yeah, the doors are looking beautiful. And all the doors downstairs, all the original doors are in, except for those ones that we're gonna now try to make original because we're so thrilled with how these turned out. Here we are in the living room. Again, just beautiful. And we splurged a little bit on these hinges. These are ball bearing hinges. And I'm glad we did because they turned out great. We'll case this out, same way, it's ready to go already. All the boards for the wainscoting, all in place. All the returns done in here as well, and this mantle ready to go back in. So there's a little return extra on the side here, and I think they're basically ready to hang this on the wall. And probably just wanted me here to ask a couple of questions before it goes up. So, yeah, mantle's going on, wainscoting going on, and the nosing going on in here. Doors are hung. Let's take you last couple down to the basement. The old basement door, looking fantastic. Here's a good example. So we left this proud of the jamb. I bought these hinges specifically because the screw holes were far enough in that I could screw into the jamb here still, because we're having a custom milled trim right here that's only a 1/4 inch thick, and it's going to slide in right up to that and be flush to this so that the original hardware, the latches and everything, will strike at the right point. This was not an easy thing to figure out, and it was a lot of talking, a lot of people disagreeing that this isn't the right way to do it, and me saying, yeah, I know it's not the right way. We would not choose to do it this way today, but this is how it was done 200 years ago. So I'm thrilled that it just looks great. And the reveal, I don't know if you guys can see across the top there, it is dead nuts. When all this gets replaced with a thin piece of doorstop all the way around, it'll cover that hinge that's just a little exposed there for my mortises. The mortise comes all the way through because these doors are so thin. But it gets covered up. And when it's open, it'll look totally normal. Yes, our closet opens, the door opens in, which is totally bizarre, but we're gonna wrap it kind of this way. And behind the door, just hang like coat rack or something. But man, they look so nice in this house. It's like they've always been here because they have always been here. So anyway, wanted to share with you all of our excitement over the past couple of days. The trim stuff, the colors. This is starting to feel like a house again. So, and more every day like our home. Stay tuned. I'll definitely get a video out this weekend as well to give you an update on where we landed at the end of the week. Hopefully we get some more progress on some of these lingering pieces of trim in here, and I can show you some of those details. And next week, when all this trim around the windows and doors goes in, I'll fill you in there too. All right. Hope everybody's doing well. Keep rooting for us. Your good vibes and mojo are paying dividends here. We're finally making progress. Enjoy the view.